Hi guys, Jaco here from Itensity. We're sitting here with Willem Pretorius. He owns Caffeine and Kilos.
Kilos and Caffeine.
Kilos and Caffeine, I've got it wrong. So we're just gonna chat general about fitness, about running a studio, the basic stuff, while, this is the important part, while we are making a good coffee. So Willem is gonna help us with the coffee and then we're just gonna start chatting.
Okay.
Okay, so you start with the coffee first because that's more important than the conversation.
Yeah, so freshly ground bean to cup.
Yeah, you have to.
Any coach knows the importance of that.
They like the t-shirt says, you know,
Yeah, can't
kilos,
gym
you know,
without
kilos,
the caffeine.
without caffeine. So while we're here, so give us while you're making that beautiful brew, give us an idea of how you started in the sense of how did you get in fitness?
Well, I started out in fitness. Yeah, that was around 2006. What we had back then was your normal Globo type environment. I wish, actually, I tell my clients, I wish that, CrossFit started out in 2007 in America, if I'm not mistaken. And I wish we had CrossFit back then, so that my introduction into fitness started out with that. But I started out with bodybuilding and strongman. I did that for about 6 years. I learned a lot, but I've always been very athletic, and I liked expressing my physical abilities as opposed to just training in a gym for physical appearances purposes.
Yeah.
So that's where it started out, and then from there we went into the functional sphere, also CrossFit if you want to call it that. And for the last couple of years, since 2012, been more into functional fitness, CrossFit orientated type training. Yeah, so that's a brief history of it.
But you're a little bit modest. You had, if you take your fitness out, you were like a freestyle cycling. What you did that? Did you get freestyle bodybuilding? You were gymnastics as well.
I've been awarded provincial colours and national colours in about 7 or 8 sports. So yeah, I've been around the block with regards to competitive sport.
Yeah.
Yes, I grew up doing gymnastics. I was national champion. So that's why I was naturally drawn towards, again, expressing my physical abilities as opposed to just looking good and not moving well.
Okay, then you went bodybuilding with looking good, and then back to so you did gymnastics, the physical stuff, capabilities, then the aesthetics, and then back to the...
And then back to the being able to do stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, a little bit of everything.
So you've got this year, when did you start your own business, or
Well, I started off this gym about 3 years ago. We were based, I think it's about 55 square meter facility. I always tell my clients also we were like a Great Dane stuck in a Yorkshire Terrier's body. But you never underestimate the days of humble beginnings. So we just stuck to that. The clients kept on coming through. About 2 years after the initial opening, I spoke to the landlord and I told him, I need a bigger facility. They were pro that. We moved here and we've been in this facility now for about a year.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so looking at... Okay, so let's look at, being a professional in the sense of, working with clients, coaching, that kind of stuff. What would you say for you is a key thing in the sense of coaching, helping clients? What's the key principles that you like to adhere to when it comes to coaching, client service, those kind of things when working with a class and working with people?
Let me just finish the milk over here, so don't get that one.
Good milk frothing is important.
Very good. Well, we were taught the principles of increased work capacity, across broad, time and model domain. You know, again, coming from a background being a competitive athlete, later on in life you realize that yes, being competitive is nice, but you get to a point where you realize that the service you're providing to people should actually, you know, take them into old age with increased abilities. Being competitive sometimes, you have this saying where during training you listen to your body, but during competition you tell it to shut up.
Yeah.
But I'm not in the business of allowing people to tell their bodies to shut up. I'd like them to listen to their bodies, that they can get to know their bodies, and in that way increase their abilities across a broad time and amongst a broad model domain. Yes.
Yeah, that's important. I think also it's important that people understand that we a very small percentage. So it's actually very scary. We actually did statistics. We looked at the CrossFit community.
Yes.
And we took statistics, and it's under 7% of CrossFit athletes actually competing. It's actually competing. The rest is just normal athletes.
Average Joe.
So the average Joe. So it's very important, like you said, it's to keep that, you know.
To keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, so looking at, you know, to keep it more fun and lighthearted, what was the funniest, what do you call it, the funniest thing that ever happened while being in this with a member?
I won't call it funny, but one thing that's that comes to mind is explaining a box jump and then following through with a demonstration and having your toe tip the edge of the box, and then you then come down your shin. That's a terrible thing to have happen to you. You then just recoup and perform and demonstrate it again, and hopefully successful second time around. Yeah, so that's a funny moment. Sure, another funny moment that I can revert back to is, I call it a client rowing backwards, where as opposed to having leg drive, they create flexion and then they row backwards. So that's also something.
Like a pull leg type of thing.
That's a pull forward. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It looks like they're going nowhere.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah. So that's If I have to recall a funny moment, or that to me that was their funny moment, and for me to tip my foot on the box was actually just disgraceful, but we made fun of that during the moment.
And I will never forget that moment when we used to just started training together. That was back way then in CrossFit Bloem.
Yes.
Now, for those who don't know, Willem was then much larger of a person. So you came out of the strongman bodybuilding side.
Yes.
But for some other reason, Willem has got the explosiveness of a cheetah or something. So we did tests with broad jumps, and it's like everybody's like this small guys. We jump, then Willem does twice the distance. Then we jump, then you do twice the distance. So that was like, everybody's like, oh, this, everybody else that don't know is like, oh, this bodybuilder, let's see what he does, and like everybody's shocked,
Yeah.
you know.
But again, that just comes back to the fact that I was athletic my whole life. Just being in the bodybuilding sphere, it was what we had during that time. If you were working out as in a gym and you wanted to be to apply that to a sport, bodybuilding was kind of your option.
Yeah.
But then came the option of actually the fitness, the sport of fitness.
Yes.
Which I kind of naturally took to. Obviously I was a bit too large a human being back then, but able to shed off a couple of pounds and increase my abilities with regards to being functionally competent.
Yeah. So last question I want to ask you is, looking at being an athlete, okay, yes. so you have a natural incline for sports, and I think through that it's easier to adapt your body to learn new things.
Yes.
Was that difficult to work with people that do struggle in the beginning. So I know that you've been coaching now for years.
Yes.
And you learn how to deal with people that don't have that neurological patterns,
Yes.
that it doesn't come easy to do. Was it for you, being an athlete, difficult to learn that not everybody will catch something quite quickly?
Well, if we almost want to revert back to some of the first on-ramps we ran together, if I can recall, I saw like 7 no reps, and I just walked through the box and handed out no reps, no reps, no reps, and you actually taught me, you know, to have grace as a coach, because again, coming from a competitive athlete's perspective, it's black on white, it's not grey. And then yes, you know, I had to develop that coaching ability where you deal with incompetence, and then try and develop that so that you also get to the point where a person is as functionally competent as you'd like them to be.
Yeah.
But developing that grace was hard initially, but over the years, as you've mentioned, been coaching for quite some time, I've developed that ability, and I think very well.
David, you teach people over time.
Yes.
So
yes.
the last thing is, I think I've got bigger biceps than Willem.
Let's see.
Who's the judge? Who's the judge? No, I must do something like this, you know. Okay, guys, thank you. I just want to say thank you for this phenomenal coffee. This is good coffee. Okay, so it's not just a lie. It's good coffee. The brand does speak its words. So we just want to say thank you for Willem for this opportunity, and it's always nice to sit with friends as well. So thank you, guys. I hope you enjoy this. Have a great day.
Cheers, man.
Bye.